All right, we have another signing. The Chiefs are adding to their secondary, and I actually like this move quite a bit. Some people might be concerned for a couple different reasons here, but let me get into it, and I think you will like this signing like I like this signing. It's not a huge swing for the fences signing, but they did add to their secondary, getting former Tennessee Titans and former Chargers cornerback Kristian Fulton. They signed him to a 2-year deal. It's worth $20 million, $15 million guaranteed. So you're not breaking the bank on this guy. He's roughly, $10 million a year, and that's outside of like top 20, top 25 cornerback money. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's mid, he's this, he's that." Well, guess what the Chiefs have that a lot of these teams don't have? Dave Merritt, one of the best defensive backs coaches in all of football. How many times have we seen the Chiefs bring in a cornerback, raise them up, develop them, get them better year after year, and they play lights out and even move on to sign another big contract? That happens time and time again, L'Jarius Sneed being the most recent comparison, even though I'm not comparing Kristian Fulton directly to L'Jarius Sneed or anything like that. But I do like this signing, and I'll get into the reasons why. One concern, and this is probably why he's also a little bit cheaper, is he's only played really like one full season in his NFL career. He's just had some injuries, 13 games played in 2021. His rookie year, he was a second-round pick. He played 6 games, 13, then 11 in 2022, 11 in 2023, but 15 games in 2024. And if that name sounds familiar, guys, Kristian Fulton, this will give you some PTSD. But it's because he is actually the guy who picked Patrick Mahomes off week 4, I believe it was, against the Chargers. And it was the play Rashee Rice got injured on and injured for the season. So a little bit of PTSD there. He was the guy that picked off Mahomes. Mahomes was trying to tackle him with his shoulder. Rice was trying to make a play. They collided. Rice was out for the season with the knee injury. So it was not Kristian Fulton's fault, but Kristian Fulton did pick him off on that play in particular. Just a couple things about him. Again, former second-round pick. He was out of Louisiana State. And he's 5'11", 197 pounds, runs a 4.46 40. Like, not an extremely athletic guy per se, but like 4.46 40 for an outside corner is fine. There's no real issues here. He is a bit smaller, I guess, at 5'11", kind of like Trent McDuffie. But one thing that intrigues me about this move, Matt Verderame and others have echoed this, and I thought the same when I saw he was an outside corner. Fulton gets to play outside opposite of Jalen Watson in the nickel, allowing Trent McDuffie to slide inside, back to the slot at times. Trent McDuffie was first-team All-Pro slot corner, second year in the league, was injured most of his first year. But that allows him to slide inside, and in base, McDuffie and Watson will still handle the boundary. This is also depth. You know, some people don't like some moves that the Chiefs make. I get it. But you need depth. You're not always swinging for the fences and getting these high-profile people. You have a high-profile guy, Trent McDuffie. But if injuries happen, let's say you say, hey, Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, they're fine. But what happens if Jalen Watson gets injured, misses most of the season, like he did last year? You need depth. You need quality guys who have been in the league. He's still, talking about Fulton, only 26 years old. I can't count how many times now the Chiefs have signed a guy that's about 26, 27 years old. Left tackle, Jalen Moore, 26, 27 years old. Elijah Mitchell, the running back that they signed yesterday, 26, 27 years old. Kristian Fulton, also 26, 27 years old. You're going a little bit younger, and you're getting guys that the Chiefs are high on. They're also not breaking the bank. Brett Veach spoke about this at his combine presser. They have to be creative in how they get some of these deals done. Well, I would say all these deals have been pretty creative so far, and none have really broke the bank. I mean, the biggest thing that they've done is retain guys. Trey Smith on the tag. We'll see if a long-term deal gets done there. That's $23.4 million. And then re-signing Nick Bolton, 3 years, $45 million, 30 of it guaranteed. But when you're making moves like this, I just really don't mind it, man. It was a need. I said how many times? Cornerback is a need, and here's another reason why. Before I kind of I'll just say this. He did have a bit of a resurgence in 2024 with the Chargers. Some say he draws a lot of flags. He draws a lot of penalties. Well, he drew 9 flags last year. Okay. Trent McDuffie drew 11. This is looking at corners from the Chargers and the Chiefs. So yeah, he was penalized 9 times. McDuffie was penalized 11. Like, it happens. If you're aggressive, it just happens. It's part of the deal. If you look at their grades, you just want to say, hey, how's their PFF grades looking? Fulton is grading out right around Jalen Watson. Coverage grade, a little bit less. Better run grade, or that's pass rush, but better run defense grade here, 73. Again, not all this matters. It's just PFF. But like, you're getting a serviceable guy who's going to fit in the Chiefs system. They're going to develop him, and it's not breaking the bank. Another reason why the Chiefs are doing this, in my opinion, you're getting a guy on a 2-year deal, right? Well, think about all the secondary that's on the last year of their rookie deal. A lot of them from the 2022 NFL draft class, or the 2021, it all blends. But talking about Najee Johnson, Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson, Brian Cook, I know he's a safety. And then there's one more that Trent McDuffie, obviously, but he should be around for years to come. But when you sign this guy to a 2-year deal, you are potentially shoring up a little bit of your future, again, on a move that doesn't really break the bank. That it's at times going to allow Trent McDuffie to move back inside of the slot. What was the biggest weakness of the Chiefs defense last year? Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Middle of the field. We saw it time and time again. That's when we were like, well, maybe they get a little bit more athletic at the Mike linebacker spot. Well, no, they didn't. They brought back Nick Bolton, which is fine. He's got his limitations in coverage. We all know that. But one way you can help with that is by putting Trent McDuffie back in the slot. I mean, nobody's going to be better. And it's not all the time, but on key downs in certain packages, Trent McDuffie will be able to kick back inside, and it shores up the depth. You know, if Jalen Watson gets injured, would you rather have Kristian Fulton out there or one of the young guys that they rotated in last year, whether it was Najee or take your pick? And really, Chamari Connor, like, they tried him at slot, and he just wasn't great. That's not really where he excels. That's not really where he shines. So this is why I like the move. I would be curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. He's not perfect. None of these guys that they're signing are. They're just being creative, betting on some of their upside, hoping that they stay healthy. But then there's also nothing wrong with valuable depth. He's going to play. They obviously signed him to a deal that says, hey, we're going to play you. Like, that's not a question. But if injuries hit the room like last year, either side of the ball, some of these signings, it's only going to help. Marcus with the gifted, thank you. And with the 5. Man, these lives happening while I'm working, or a work highlight. Thanks for doing these lives. Heck yeah, man. I told you, I'm here to break and react to any Chiefs news that happens. And this is an example, too, of the Chiefs. They're making moves where you go into the draft and you don't have like a major need. Obviously, there's still going to be moves made. You need a defensive tackle. Turk Wharton's gone. Derek Notty's still a free agent. Mike Pennell's still a free agent. You got Chris Jones. So you definitely need defensive tackle. I would assume they sign 1 or 2 free agents and get a guy in the draft in the interior D-line. We'll see what they do with the rest of some of these positions, but you're making moves like this that sets you up to where when you go into the draft, you're not going to have to force pick a position early or something like that. I thought corner was a sneaky need based on contracts for next year, but also weaknesses in the secondary that were clearly exploited. And I like this move a lot. You guys got to let me know your thoughts on the signing of Kristian Fulton in the comments down below. What are your concerns? What do you like about it? And how do you think the Chiefs are going to maybe use him next year? Do you like the idea of McDuffie kicking back into the slot, which is what I hope happens at times, obviously? And then what do you think the Chiefs are going to do next? You got to let me know that in the comments down below. Chris Wright with the 26 months. What's up, HBTC fam? What's up? Liking what I'm seeing from Veach. I still want running back Omarion Hampton or Caleb Johnson. Yeah, so running back's still a need. You got Elijah Mitchell, but Pacheco's on the last year of his deal. You got Carson Steele. Samaje Perine's gone. He's back with the Bengals. Maybe you bring back Kareem Hunt. I saw your comments yesterday. Bring back Kareem. Maybe they will sooner, or maybe they wait till after the draft. I still think like Kareem Hunt's not getting any younger. He's 30, 31. You need younger guys. And Elijah Mitchell is, but Pacheco's also on the last year of his deal. We don't know if they're going to extend him or not yet. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, you're filling positions, setting you up for the draft to where you don't go in there desperate. And that's what I like to see the Chiefs doing. They've done that pretty well year after year. Jay Kelsey, thanks for the 20 months, said, love it. Let's go, man. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Kiddus, thanks for the 5 bomb. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about the Chiefs?